This is the Recovery Protocol, episode 8. I'm going to show you a bunch of different vitamins that I take. This video is specifically for, orthomolecular medicine, functional medicine, and peptides, just an introduction to these different types of medicine, all right? So functional medicine is kind of like, food, using food as medicine, what you eat. Orthomolecular medicine is also, nutrients that you take in, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and these also work hand in hand with your lifestyle changes, okay? So exercising, plenty of water, getting sunshine, being active, cardiovascular, lifestyle changes, being abstinent, having from drugs and certain foods, certain like bread, sugar, starchy foods, a lot of carbs, carbohydrates, things like that. Just trying to eat clean. Your body's a machine. Keep it clean, right? You don't want to put a bunch of junk in your car, in your tank, right? It's gonna mess up the whole system, the whole engine, right? So everything you put in your body, burns as energy. You want clean energy, right? You want to think clearly. You want to feel good. Here's an example of a liquid vitamin that I take. If you can see this, it's by Mother Earth Labs, okay, pH balancer, and anti-inflammatory, adaptogenic, stress support. It has anti-inflammatory, energy, stress support, cognitive and memory support, GI and cardiovascular support, whole body detox, okay, all natural, non-GMO, bioactive. And if you look at the back, it has so many ingredients, so many supplements, proprietary enzymes, and so many different organic things that I just take one tablespoon a day. You're supposed to take two, but you get nutrients from foods. You get nutrients from other foods you eat. And A, D, E, K, vitamin A, D, E, and K, you don't want to take too much because those are fat soluble. If you get too much A, D, E, and K, they build up in the liver. They're fat soluble. They build up, in wherever they store in the body, and it could become toxic. And you don't want to take too much vitamin A, D, E, or K. Okay, so you want to be very careful with that. So, AG1, you're good on that, right? This vitamin that I take here, I was taking 2 tablespoons a day. That's recommended. It's the therapeutic dose. And I cut back just to 1 tablespoon. It lasts longer, saves me money. A bottle like this costs about $60, $65 maybe with taxes. And you can get it at motherearthlabs.com, I believe. I'm going to put links to all these in the notes. And another thing I do right here, I keep track of every vitamin, all the vitamins I take morning, evening, afternoon, and anything like prescription medicine. I chart it right here. I'll put a check mark by it every single day. This is a calendar day, okay, a calendar month. And I keep track of all the vitamins I take so I never miss a day. And if I forget a dose, if I forget my medicine, I'm not sure if I took it, then I don't double dose because I know I wrote it down. Every time I take something, I write it down. That way I'm not double dosing or overdosing or forgetting and taking an extra dose or whatever. And that way I know if I missed a dose and I say, hey, I didn't write it down yet, I need to take this medicine or these vitamins, right? So another thing I take is Live Active, Cogniactive, okay? This is also by Mother Earth Labs, which is a pretty good brand. It's a nootropic, okay? Advanced brain health, cognition, and focus formula with clinically studied ingredients. Cognitive support, advanced brain support, memory and focus support, right? I'm supposed to take 4 capsules. I just take 2. That's okay. It's a smaller dose, but it lasts twice as long. It saves me money. So instead of lasting 1 month, it lasts me 2 months. And a bottle like this costs about $60. $60. So, split that. And that's, you could save money by taking half the dose. And it's still going to help. It's still going to give you some ingredients in your brain. Your brain's going to notice the difference if you're replacing it with drugs and alcohol. And you're going to feel better. And the dose of that is like 2 to 4 capsules anyway. So I'm just taking the smaller dose. Vitamin B complex helps with energy. If you're low on energy, if you're fatigued, right? This is also by Mother Earth Labs. B complex. It's not just vitamin B12. It has a complex of B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, and other ingredients as well. So, this runs about $37.99, about, $38, and it should last me, I take, you could take 2 capsules a day. It might last you 30 days. 2 capsules a day, yeah, it lasts you about 30 days. You know, I take 4, it might last me less, but you know, I think no, it's actually 2 capsules a day. So I'm gonna put links to all this. What you can do is go to your local HEB. Now, here's what you're supposed to do. You always want to speak to an expert, a registered dietitian, a functional medicine expert, a functional medicine, you know, nutritionist, a functional medicine practitioner, or a psychiatric or a psychiatric nutritionist, right? Like kind of like a psychiatrist that deals in helping you with a holistic regimen. This is holistic. Now, all the other stuff you're doing is hardcore drugs, hardcore alcohol, you know, hardcore, you know, getting like self-medication. This is holistic. This is, you know, exercise and dieting, taking care of your body, functional medicine, orthomolecular medicine, and, you know, things like that. So the functional medicine, orthomolecular medicine, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, doing the right things for your organs, your mind, your health, your future. And just to go back to orthomolecular medicine, that's at the molecular level, okay? Something as simple as vitamin C, right? This is vitamin C. It's a spectrum. It's not just vitamin C. This is a spectrum. This is by Vibrant Health. This has other things, a lot of fruits and berries that the C spectrum have. There's a spectrum of vitamin C that you want the whole spectrum, not just vitamin C. So, you know, with that, that helps boost your immune system, you know, and at the molecular level, this is giving your body that energy. This is, you know, giving your body, it's boosting your immune system on a molecular level. This is what nutritional medicine does. This is what orthomolecular medicine does, okay? This is where you're going to want to get that expert, a orthomolecular medicine, you know, a registered dietitian, orthomolecular medicine practitioner, or psychiatric medicinal expert, psychiatric nutritionist, okay? So this is like functional medicine and orthomolecular medicine. And another thing before I forget is peptides. I'm going to put all these in the notes. Peptides. If you haven't heard of peptides, it's not 100% like regulated. There's not enough laws around it, but just so you know, insulin is a peptide. Insulin has been around for decades and decades. I think over around 60 years or something. Insulin's been around for a very long time, decades and decades. So that's insulin that helps people with diabetes, but it's a peptide. So peptides, we've known about peptides. You can get them. I go to a men's health clinic and they have peptides. They're called NADs for cognition boosting, cognition enhancement. And there's other ones for sleep. There's other ones for, you know, muscle repair, or, you know, helping your skin, and, you know, different things, and vision. So, you know, peptides are I believe they're amino acids, okay? So, you know, they're already, like, some of them are naturally produced in the body. Some may or may not be, but, you know, peptides are about $75 a shot, some of them, okay? So that's about $150 in 2 weeks, so about $300 a month. If you got a drug habit, you're probably spending around that or more than that, or, you know, around that, you know, ballpark. So you can use that money for, you know, boosting cognitive enhancement, right? Boosting your memory, boosting cognition, boosting intelligence. You could do that to boost your, you know, system, your body, your sleep cycle, your muscle repair, you know. So those are the 3 things I'm pretty much talking about right here. Functional medicine, orthomolecular medicine, and peptides. All right, functional medicine, orthomolecular medicine, and peptides, okay? So look those up and speak to those experts. Try to get a registered dietitian, all right, a psychiatric nutritionist, or an orthomolecular medicine practitioner, okay? You want to look at those terms, look up people that can help you with these specific concepts and, you know, plans and, you know, ways to use food and vitamins and minerals and amino acids to enhance your body and your mind and repair itself. There's going to be neurological repair. If you have brain damage from drugs, you know, you're going to notice you're slower, you can't process information the same, things are difficult. You might have dropped out of school, dropped out of college, you might have got fired, you might have have difficulty finding work or whatever. But these are the things that are going to help. And So here's another one. This one specifically, French grapeseed extract. Okay, French grapeseed extract is about 400 milligrams. And this helps with a lot of different things. It can help prevent cancer, diabetes. It's good for cardiovascular support, heart, arteries, cholesterol balance, blood sugar, cellular protection, weight management, focus and concentration, blood pressure, liver function at the minimum. And there's some cases where it's reversed some illnesses. So French grapeseed extract, okay? This is another one. And magnesium glycinate. This is good for nerve, bone, and muscle support. Magnesium glycinate, good for nerve, bone, and muscle support. These are things all of these vitamins I take just about every day or every other day, and I'm on a good regimen. So, it's helping a lot. I feel a lot better. I took a blood test. Here's another thing you're going to want to do. If you can afford it or if you have insurance, get a blood test. Get a nutrient level blood test that tests your vitamins, your cholesterol levels, your mineral levels, and all that, and see what you're deficient in. Because orthomolecular medicine, functional medicine, it takes your deficiencies, right, off of blood analysis, is what they're supposed to do. And they'll see what you're deficient in, if you need more vitamin D, if you have low vitamin D levels, and you take more vitamin D. If you have high cholesterol, you need to cut back on sugar and carbs and bread and things like that. And you need to eat more omegas. You need to eat more fish. You need to eat more, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, unsaturated fats. You need to lower your triglycerides. You need to lower your cholesterol by going on walks, exercising more, doing moderate exercise, moderately intense, not too intense, but just at least moderately. Jogging. I jog at 4 miles an hour. I go up an incline about 10%, so 10%, and I get my heart beating at 130 to 140 BPM, beats per minute, right? That's not bad. That's pretty good. And I'm feeling it. I'm sweating, and that's reducing my triglycerides, cholesterol. That's getting my heart in shape, and I'm going to be a lot healthier and fit at an older age. So there's vitamin K2. It's K2, yeah. It's called MK7, but it's K2. So this helps with, supports bone and cardiovascular health, okay? So you're going to want to take things like this. Ubiquinol supports your, mitochondrial health and healthy cardiovascular function, right? Ubiquinol. Ubiquinol is more absorbable than CoQ10. If you ever heard of CoQ10, CoQ10 converts to ubiquinol, I believe, and but it takes your body, it doesn't absorb all of it. So ubiquinol is 4 times more absorbable, right? I take 200 milligram dose, and it's an active form of CoQ10, helps restore CoQ10 levels reduced by statins and or aging, okay? So your heart uses mitochondria as energy to beat and function, right? Your heart's always beating. It's never resting, right? And mitochondria helps with that. CoQ10, ubiquinol, right? Supports mitochondrial health and healthy cardiovascular function, right? What also helps with energy is red light therapy, okay? I've mentioned this before, but red light therapy converts, right? It's your energy to, it gives you energy, right? It supports mitochondrial health, right? Supports cardiovascular, your cardiovascular system, cardiovascular circulation, right? Muscle repair, your sleep, right? It helps with collagen, helps your skin, it helps stimulate collagen, right? So it's going to help your skin. It helps you, feel better, be healthier, right? So it's going to help in a bunch of different ways. I get red light therapy, take all my clothes off, get in there in 10, 12 minutes. I'm good to go. Feel better, get better sleep, have that muscular repair and that skin repair, and, have that extra energy. So that helps, and it helps other people I know of. Black cumin seed oil, right? Cardiovascular support, supports balanced immune system function, right? This can help also with keeping your cholesterol balanced, and and also potentially lowering triglycerides a little bit. But for me, that's what was recommended. So recent scientific studies indicate that black cumin seed oil has phenolic compounds and fatty acids that contribute to its ability to support balanced immune system responses. Studies also show that it can support a healthy vascular system, has been used traditionally. Okay, so all these things, right? These are just vitamins. This is just like orthomolecular medicine, functional medicine. You could be more extreme. You could be taking, if you have cancer, vitamin C, they have injections for that. And they have dual therapy where it's half chemo, half injection vitamin C. I knew a captain in the Marine Corps with thyroid cancer. They gave him chemo, but they also gave him injections of vitamin C, intravenous injections of vitamin C. And vitamin C is specifically kills cancer cells. It's specifically toxic to cancer cells. It kills cancer cells and it does not harm healthy tissue. They've known this. I mean, you know, in extreme cases, it also can reduce tumor size, right? So if you're taking a lot of vitamin C, your body can flush it out. It can only hold so much, so your body becomes saturated and you'll get diarrhea if you take it orally. So that's why hospitals, they can't do an injection, right? It's hard to get that. You have to get some hospitals to agree with that and actually ask for it, work with your doctor. They have to recommend it. It has to be a good hospital. It can't be some cheap hospital, right? It has to be a good hospital that knows and is educated in these things and has these resources available to them, right? So that can help with cancer. And that's just a vitamin C. Humic and fulvic acid, right? This is super concentrated by Mother Earth Labs. Nourish, detox, restore, okay? So aids in cellular nutrient absorption, natural electrolyte support, powerful antioxidant support, helps detox metals and other toxins, promotes GI health, right? Improve hydration, recharges cells, balances pH, boosts energy and vitality, promotes optimal cellular function, transports plant-based minerals and nutrients to cells, right? So this is humic and fulvic acid. You take, 1 or 2 shots, 1 or 2 squirts, medicine droppers by Mother Earth Labs, okay? Mother Earth Labs. And, you might think, I do have a lot of stuff. You might think it's too much, but I space it out. I pace myself, in my budget. I just, I take half the dose, so I'm still getting benefits, but it lasts me twice as long. So I might only spend $200 or $300 a month, maybe, on all my vitamins, maybe $250 a month, And also, before I forget, plant-based protein, Phyto Perfect, plant-based. I take plant-based protein, okay? It's protein and superfoods, okay? It also has a bunch of typical amino acid profile. It has a bunch of amino acids, branched chain amino acids, okay? So that's gonna be beneficial. That's gonna be beneficial to restoration, repair, plant-based. It has pea, hemp, rice, and chickpea, okay? So this is one that I take. You could probably find it online. I go to my local shop, Cost Plus Nutrition. You might be able to find something similar. Just look for, protein superfoods. This has zero sugar. So that's what you're gonna want to look for, 0 sugar. That's good. Zero cholesterol. Very low fat content, no saturated fat, no trans fat, 28 grams of protein a scoop. So this is another one. It has 1 billion probiotics. Another one I got at Costco, organic protein, superfoods, 50 superfoods with 1 billion probiotics. Okay, it's just a protein powder. Take a scoop or something like that a day, and you should be good to go. So I take prostate support for men. All right, you can do research on that. Taurine, it's a neurotransmitter, I believe. Taurine helps the nervous system. It's nervous system health. Taurine, 500 milligrams. Okay. Solar D gems. This is vitamin D. You're gonna want vitamin D. This one's based on fish oil. This is 4,000 international units IU of vitamin D3 and omegas. Okay, vitamin D3. Omegas help bring down your triglycerides. Helps with heart and brain functioning. This is 2X Ultimate Omega by Nordic Naturals. 2X, but I only take 1 pill a day. So that's a little over 1,000 milligrams of fish oil total, EPA and DHA, per day. And that's going to help lower my triglycerides and cholesterol to good levels, and help brain function, cognition, boost memory, things like that, and also help with heart functioning. And so you don't want to take too much. Be careful with fish oil. You don't want to take too much. It could cause certain things like atrial fibrillation. There's some studies that show that. But just take like maybe 1,000 milligrams a day or less. 1,000 milligrams or less a day. Take a pill. I used to take cod liver oil, but it has vitamin A. And, I believe I was getting too much vitamin A, and that's a fat-soluble vitamin. So I just started taking fish oil instead of cod liver oil. And there's no vitamin A in this, so the risk of overdosing on vitamin A is not going to happen. So that's the neurotropic. Live Cogniactive, that's the neurotropic. That's for my brain. And this is prescript assist, okay? This is probiotics and prebiotics. Prescript assist, okay? It's a broad spectrum of probiotic and prebiotic, right? Supports a healthy GI tract, replenishes beneficial microflora during and after antibiotic use, reinforces a strong immune system, promotes gastrointestinal health, okay? So this is good for your gut. This is good for your gut. A lot of things happen in your gut, right? Your gut is responsible and very powerful for a lot of things that happen in your body. You have healthy bacteria. You don't want bad bacteria in there. You want it to process food properly. You want to keep it clean, take your fiber, right? And this is blood pressure health with it's garlic. It's just garlic, okay? Garlic, it has nattokinase in it, which can kind of dissolve, plaque in your arteries. Be careful with it, right? But this is what I take. So, it's garlic with ingredient that can reduce plaque in your arteries. This is lion's mane. Lion's mane. I take a squirt a day. It's probably about 1,000 milligrams, maybe. I just put it in a drink. It doesn't taste bad at all. Lion's mane has a little bit of alcohol, but that's just a delivery system. So you're not getting drunk, it's just a delivery system. You're not gonna, pop dirty on a breathalyzer, none of that. So, helps you, and it's for neuroplasticity, right? Lion's mane is a neurotropic, I believe. It is a mushroom, but there's studies that show that, it's not to get high or anything, but it's for neuroplasticity, brain preservation, okay? Helps with cognition support and memory support, okay? So that's pretty much everything. Collagen I got at Costco, collagen, and it has biotin, right? You're supposed to take maybe 4 to 6 pills. It says 6 tablets. That's a serving size. I take 2 or 3 tablets a day. 2 or 3 tablets a day. It's lasted me a very long time. And I get my collagen supplement. Not only is it good for skin, but it's good for your joints, your cartilage, right? And you got to think your spinal cord, your coordination, your brain sending signals to your body to move your arms and limbs and all that. Having this hand and eye coordination, sending signals through your spinal cord. And your spinal cord has, vertebrae, discs in it. It's made up of bone and cartilage, right? All this cartilage you want to take care of. All this cartilage in your body, the joints, for your knees, your ankles, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. You want to have healthy cartilage. You want to have strong and fit, strong, healthy cartilage, right? So you can get your collagen supplements. Also, I believe bone broth can help. I ran out of that, but take your bone broth. Take fiber supplements, okay? I also eat chicken and fish. Those are the main things. I eat fish every other day and chicken every day or every other day, right? And maybe I'll go out to have an omelet or something like that. But for the most part, chicken and fish, right? Chicken and fish, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, black beans from Costco, low sodium. And, I have a pretty strict diet. It's very strict. And black beans, it's a non-starchy food that it is a complex carbohydrate to where it digests slowly. So even though it has some carbs in it, it has so much fiber that, it just helps lower triglycerides, lower cholesterol, and it helps keep you full, okay? And it doesn't have a lot of sugar. And all that sugar, you don't want to be a sugar high. You don't want to be like a crazy kid running around with the sugar high, the sugar rush. You want to have a slow, steady, focus, a strong, steady focus to where, you're getting your energy naturally. Vitamins B supplements and things like that, right? So if a lot of sugar can be very dangerous and deadly. There's a lot of people that, like I mentioned before, their kidneys shut down. They drink so much soda, have so much sugary foods and bad diet. They get their legs amputated because they start getting, abscesses. Their legs start getting messed up, gangrene or whatever happens to it, and they have to get a limb amputated. And then their kidney shuts down, and then they get on kidney dialysis, and then they need an organ transplant because some of them, didn't take care of themselves, and they're on kidney dialysis, and they're hoping for a transplant and all that. Well, are they going to take care of themselves? I don't know. I'm not giving them one of my kidneys. I take care of myself. It's like, well, they had a chance to do right. They had the research. Now we have AI. Their parents should have taught them. They should know. And some people don't. Some people don't know that how bad soda is. How bad all that sugar. Mountain Dew has like 70, 80 milligrams of sugar. Some of these soda, Coke and Dr. Pepper, 30, 40, 50 milligrams of sugar. It's a ton. You drink 1 or 2 a day, and you wonder why, your kidneys hardening, or you're getting kidney stones, and you might have to get a limb amputated, or your kidneys shut down, or whatever. It's very bad for you. So eat right, diet, exercise, go on an incline on the treadmill. You don't have to go jogging. If you're old, go on an elliptical machine. If you have bad knees, elliptical machine, you're just kind of rowing, and kind of like you're rowing a boat, and you're getting that exercise, and you're not injuring your ankles or knees or any of that. I know some elderly people in my family that use elliptical machines. Go on the treadmill. You could just walk at an incline. That gets your heart pacing at a faster, moderate pace, moderate intensity, and it's good. It's a good workout to get strength in your heart, strengthen your mind and body. Because if you can do that, then you're gonna have discipline. Okay, you're gonna have discipline. All right. So chicken and fish, eat right. Don't eat out at greasy restaurants. Right. This video is mainly about dieting, exercise, and lifestyle. Functional medicine, orthomolecular medicine. Okay, and eating right, dieting, doing the right thing, and possibly peptides, right? Just looking at the potential for peptides. Peptides, because those are injections, they can be expensive, but some people have been known to, if they're in a car accident and they get brain damage from this car accident, they will take, they might get some peptides to restore brain functioning. It's for almost extreme cases, right? And if you have extreme case of brain damage from drug overdose and drug addiction and drug use, then peptides can be maybe a potential option, that it can help your brain recover and repair, okay? So you can get back to normal. And you really want to be careful. If you get a second chance, do not relapse. A lot of times you relapse. That's what I've relapsed before. But my recovery channel is for getting together, having a network, supporting one another, me being the recovery coach, and hopefully other people can join and also support each other. We can play chess together, get that cognitive enhancement, and just stay clean, have a network. And so do the right things and help each other out, give each other the best advice we can. That's all I'm doing, giving the best advice I can. And this is basically what's helped me. I'm talking about my journey. This is what I do. This helps me. And I'm alive, I'm okay, I'm healthy. I take a blood test from the Veterans Affairs, the VA. They do a blood test, and I'm doing for the most part okay. And I'm working on my triglycerides, cholesterol, and I'm bringing those down. I'm at 100%. When I got out of the hospital, all I ate was salads, sardines, and vegetables. And my labs were perfect. They were great, right? I started eating out, high cholesterol, high triglycerides. Now I'm going back on a strict diet, more vegetables, fruits, smoothies, chicken and fish. I'm going to go back. I know I'm going to go back because I'm working out more, going to the gym. I jog 1 mile a day and do incline 1 mile a day. If you do that, that's 365 miles a year. Some people I know, 2 miles a day. That's fine. I start off at 1. Sometimes I did do 2, maybe last week, 2 miles a day. You can do this. You can push yourself a little further, 1 or 2 miles a day. It's not too hard. At least every other day. Start a few times a week and work your way up, okay? So this is functional medicine, orthomolecular medicine, and potentially using peptides. Lifestyle changes, diet, nutrition, minerals, branched-chain amino acids, fish oil, nootropics, chicken, fish, walnuts, almonds, pistachios. Avocado is a good triglyceride killer. Avocado, half an avocado a day or an avocado a day, right? Black beans, low sodium black beans. What I do, I've learned to rinse them out. All that liquid in the can. If you canned peas, I eat broccoli, green beans. I have vegetables, so green beans, broccoli. I eat zucchini, right? A zucchini. I'll just eat a zucchini if I'm hungry. That's what I'll snack on. A cucumber. I'll just eat a cucumber. It doesn't taste too bad. And asparagus. I'll get like 4 or 5, maybe 10 sticks of asparagus and just eat them as a snack. That's so healthy. It has fiber, has a bunch of minerals. It's a grain. It's good for you. Rinse them off. With black beans and canned food, you want to put a lot of cold water in the can. Rinse it out, shake it up, rinse it out. A couple times. I shake mine out about 3 or 4 times. I rinse it out. And that rinses out all the excess sodium. That's not that good for your heart. That's bad for your heart. That's bad for your system. It's bad for your body. You need some sodium, but you don't want excess sodium. Your body retains water, and then it makes your body retain water, and then it puts more strain on your heart, more stress on your heart, okay? It can lead to high blood pressure. Sodium, people know that, it leads to high blood pressure. Sodium leads to high blood pressure. So rinse out canned foods, rinse it out. You rinse out the sodium, and you'll rinse out excess sugar, excess sodium and excess sugar. Rinse it out as much as you can. It's going to be a much healthier diet, much healthier food, okay? So that's pretty much it. You know, one more thing. Also take Propel, right? Propel, I'm not advertising anything, but it just has electrolytes. It does have some sodium in it, but you could drink one maybe every other 2-3 days, right? If you're feeling fatigued, or if you're feeling tired, or maybe if you're dehydrated, you really worked out, you got a good sweat in, you went to the sauna, right? Propel, right? 1 packet a day, 1 packet a day. And, you know, it has electrolytes to where it's going to be beneficial. Electrolytes, potassium, I believe. And, you know, it's difficult sometimes to just drink water all the time. Just drink water, water, water. It's plain, doesn't taste that great. Mix it up, put some, you know, Propel in there, get those electrolytes, and just watch your sodium levels, all right? These are things that I'm doing. I feel okay. I feel great. I'm trying to help others. You have to take some action, right? These are the habits you have to build. If you used to be addicted to drugs and alcohol, this is your new habit. Propel, you got to drink that. You got to drink bone broth. Bone broth is going to help, you know, has a lot of vitamins and minerals. It's going to have collagen. It's going to help your gut. You know, it's going to help your skin. It's going to help you feel better. And a little bit, it has a lot of, you know, vegetables in it. And from bone, that's good for you, right? It's just like simmered bones, you know, and chicken bones. You want to get organic, okay? So when you have these habits, you know, this is a whole lifestyle change. And you're an addict. You have this addictive nature, this addictive personality, this addictive tendency to where you lean towards something, hand them out, taking pills, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, and you need to change it up. You need to do a complete 180. Cut all the bad shit out. Cut all the alcohol and cigarettes and, you know, drugs out of your life. Cut all these negative people out and start turning to positive things. Vitamins, you know, diet, exercise. This is your health. This is just one step. This is not your whole life. This is not my whole life. This is just one part of it, where in the morning, this is my routine. Take vitamins in the morning, afternoon, and evening, right? I separate them. I take some in the morning, evening, and around noon, right? Morning, noon, evening, and that's it. I'm good. And this is just a step I take, right? When I'm back here and I still go out places, I still meet people, I still go to the gym, I still work on things, I still visit family, go to family events, still celebrate birthdays, still celebrate Christmas, holidays, any events where we get together. I still meet up with my family online. You know, I'm still doing things. I'm still being productive. I still make my legal appointments, court appearances, go to the VA, get my medicine. I still talk to these doctors. I make, you know, police reports when I have to. When I see something, I'll make a police report, call 911. I call 988, get information. I'm active, I'm productive, I'm doing things. These vitamins is just one step. It should be one step for anyone. Your first step, once you cut all the drugs out, you know, this is what you replace them with. This is your new addiction. Your new addiction is all these vitamins. Your new addiction is protein. Your new addiction is Propel, you know, the Gatorade drink, Propel drink, bone broth, you know, water, you know, your new addiction is avocado, almonds, walnuts, low in cholesterol, low in triglycerides, fish, chicken, right? Getting omega-3s, eating right, eating healthy. Maybe going out, getting a healthy omelet, something healthy, going to a salad restaurant, getting a nice salad, right? And just watch the salad dressing, because salad dressing can have a bunch of sugar, added sugar you don't really want. Maybe just put 1 scoop or something like that. That's what I do. 1 scoop, and I'll get a huge salad with seafood and, you know, salmon and some chicken and some avocado and quinoa, if you heard of that. So, and some seeds and all that. It's extremely healthy, right? It might cost me $30, but I just do that maybe once a week. And it fills me up. I'm not hungry. I feel great. My stomach's feeling okay. I'm feeling energized. I get adequate rest, adequate sleep. I sleep 8 to 10 hours a day, at least around 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. And, you know, I'm doing fine. I'm taking care of my health. Then once you have your health and you do this, you take your vitamins, sleep okay, exercise, you're fit, you're strong, you're healthy. You can go out there and take over the world. You can conquer the world. You could do things, start a business, go to school, become an accountant, become a bookkeeper, work on whatever you want to work on, become a lawyer, a doctor. Imagine a surgeon. You want a drug addict? No one wants a drug addict, surgeon, a doctor. You want someone who's competent, fit. And if they're drinking, if they're even if they're an alcoholic, even though it's legal, they're smoking cigarettes, it's affecting their brain, their mentality, their attitude, perception, personality, whatever. And they might, they're not going to be the same as if they're extremely healthy, if they're fit, like a pilot, the Blue Angels, The Blue Angels are out there flying extremely close to each other, doing all these maneuvers in the sky where it's very dangerous. They're operating multi-million-dollar machines in the sky, airplanes and jets. And, you know, they have to be so fit and strong and healthy. You know, they're not drinking and doing drugs and shit like that. You want to be like that. You want to be a pilot, captain of your ship, right? You want to be like a surgeon. You want to be like a neurosurgeon or a doctor. You want to be the most fit, competent, capable human being that you know in the city, that you know on the block, that you've ever come across, right? You want to be, you know, as clean as possible, right? So whatever you do, whatever you master, whether it's building houses, roofs, social work, being a nurse, whatever it is, then you're going to be the most competent and capable in your craft. And, you know, like a surgeon, you know, if he's doing this hand and eye stuff, he's doing a surgery, you know, alcohol gives you the shakes. It gives you the shakes once you're withdrawing and stuff like that. And some surgeons I've heard do cocaine, and they're going to kill someone. They have to be reported to the cops, right? So, you know, you want anyone who's providing a service, doing something for you, that you don't want them to mess up. You don't want someone building your car to put a screw in the wrong place because you don't know if it's going to blow up or fall apart on the highway, right? You want people out there sober and competent, and that's what you need to do. Be sober and competent so you can be expert at what you do, right? And when you're with family, you don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to black out. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to hurt your kids, your children, your dog, your spouse, your partner, your loved ones, your parents. You don't want to hurt them. You want to be a loving, compassionate human being. So you want to be clean, okay? And what I teach, and what, for me anyway, I'm clean 100% of the time. I don't do any drugs. Vitamins you'll see here. You know, I'm not mixing it. I'm just doing vitamins, eating right, eating healthy, dieting, exercising, working, making this channel, trying to help others. I'm doing positive things for myself. This is what I expect for anyone that joins my channel, right? That joins my account and becomes a member. This is what I want for you, to be 100% sober and competent. There's going to be days, there's going to be bad days where you'll be tempted. You'll be tempted to use or drink. You'll be like, well, it's not that bad. It's just a cigarette, just a drink, whatever. It could be social. It's high class, helps my heart. And you shouldn't think like that because you won't want to stop. And it's really, you know, causes probably a little bit of damage. And if you're an addict, like I was, you know, you'll black out, you'll drink too much, throw up, whatever. You make bad decisions, right? You just make bad decisions. Anything I can do, whether it's relationships, work, you know, meeting with family, going places, driving, anything I could do sober, I could do 1,000,000 times better than I would if I was drunk or high. 100 million times better at least, right? At minimum. And, you know, so that's kind of how I preach and how I talk about, you know, my life and how sobriety can be the best thing for you. You want to clean up. Imagine if, you know, you had a near-death experience. I've had a few near-death experiences to where that's a wake-up call. You have a near-death experience, okay, say you got jumped. You're not going around those same people. You're probably going to move or leave the city, or you're not going to talk to these people. That was a near-death experience. You got jumped. They brutalized you, beat you with, you know, brass knuckles and bats or whatever, maybe, you know, and cut you up a little bit or stabbed you. You had a near-death experience. You're scared for your life. And that's kind of what drug addiction is. If you've overdosed, or you should be scared for your life. You should be like, holy shit, I could have died. I want to be around my family. I want to be a better person. I want to change my life. You should be scared for your life. And you should never do the same thing again. Never go back to the same neighborhood. Those gang members, don't talk to them. You should never, you know, never do the drugs again. Never go to over the counter and get drugs or alcohol or cigarettes or any illegal drugs on the street. Because especially if you almost died. I've almost died a bunch of times. And that's why I've made my change to 180. I'm turning 100% in the opposite direction, right? That's why not even a bump of heroin, bump of cocaine, you know, a little bit of weed, a little bit of alcohol, none of that. I don't do any of that because I know that it could cost me my life. A friend could offer it could be laced with fentanyl, it could cost me my life, you know? And, you know, and anyone should just have that caution and that awareness and that level of understanding where even if you're not scared, you're like, I'm not afraid of death. Well, you know, it's not a wise decision to just risk your life and then you're not with your children anymore. You're not with your family. You're not with your aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, or anything like that. And, you know, you can't do anything anymore. You can't be a part of the world. You be a part of the community. All the positive things you could have done, you can't do anymore because you made that one bad decision to use again and relapse, right? Do not relapse. That's the most important part. If you got clean, even just one day, you're one day clean. That's one day clean. and just stay on that track one day at a time. Rebuild your life one day at a time. Never look back, okay? And just be scared. Have that caution, level of awareness, level of understanding, and never touch any drug again. Even touching a drug can have fentanyl. It could be absorbed in your skin and you could die. Being around it, just being around the room with fentanyl in the air, you could breathe it in and pass out. Cops have almost died like that. They had to get Narcan brought back to life because they just took a whiff of fentanyl in someone's trunk. So, stay clean, never look back, and don't consider it an option to ever use again. There's no purpose. It might be boring, you'll get over it, you'll feel better. Stay productive, read, do intelligent things, keep your mind stimulated, play chess, Sudoku, word searches, Mensa puzzles, work, be productive, build something, build some Legos, work on puzzles, draw, paint, make some music, make a website, sell a book. And that's another thing I'm going to teach in a later video, how to write a book and sell your memoir, sell a book, sell your autobiography, everything you've been through, put it down. I can help you use AI, or you could use a ghostwriter, but I can help you use AI to help you generate your book. Write 10 pages. Just if you could write 10 pages, AI will fill in the blanks, fill in the rest, give you just an okay book. You edit it the best you can, change things up, publish it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble for free, just as an addict, so you could show that, hey, my family, this is what I've been through. This is how I want to recover. This is my book. This is my journey. This is how I want to show people, that it can get better. And this is how I got better. This is what I've been through. These are my trials and tribulations. I want to tell my story. I want to leave my legacy. I want my children to see what I've been through. I want my family to see what I've been through, okay? So that's what I did. You can find my book online. It's called Chess Perception, How My Life is Like a Game of Chess. And it took me a year to write that book. If you want to write your book, we'll work on that together, okay? So that's the video for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope it wasn't too long. Thanks for staying tuned, and see you in the next video. Stay safe and take care.